Welcome to Chris and Walt's Top 10 show, where we count down the top 10 covers to something. I am Walt.
And I am Chris.
And Chris, is there a better time to tell everybody that these shows are brought to us by Ice Collectibles?
Probably not.
Please visit icecollectibles.com. It is Canada's best place to sell your collectibles, and it's Canada's best place to buy your collectibles thanks to our weekly eBay auction.
Okay.
Please check the links below. All right, Chris, so my turn.
Yep.
I am going to do our top 10 today, and I'm going to get your reaction to the top 10 worst comic book investments.
Love it.
We're going to do Copper Age comic book keys.
Okay.
Bought during the pandemic madness.
Oh, I like this. Okay, this is good. So, as we know, we should probably tell our listeners and our viewers that the pandemic prices were skyrocketing.
Like most things in society, everything went up.
Yeah.
Real estate, collectibles.
Yeah.
Like it just, prices were insane.
Yeah.
But the most insane part is we thought they would keep going up.
I know, we really did.
Yeah.
Should have sold when we could.
Right, and a lot of people still holding on to these particular comics really wish they sold when they could.
Or they bought them and now they're holding on to them because they're hoping they would go up again.
Okay, let's wish them the best, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, number 10, Chris. Batman number 423. Ooh. Now, these are all going to be 9/8 results.
Okay.
All the comics, Copper Age, are going to be 9/8. None of them will be the newsstands. They'll be just the regular releases. Batman number 423, with the cover by Todd McFarlane from 1988.
Yeah.
It sold in September of 2022 for $3,200.
Wow.
Last sale in June, $1,600. You've lost 50% of your investment.
And this is number 10.
This is number 10.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
All right.
First of all, I didn't even know that issue went for that high.
Yes.
Even now.
It's such an iconic cover.
Okay. Fair enough.
Highly collected.
Yep.
All right. Number 9. The Incredible Hulk, number 340. Again, a 9/8.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane art from February 88. Chris, in September of 2021, some poor soul paid $2,400 for a copy.
Okay.
Last sale in June, $1,076. They've lost 55.2% of their investment.
Now this one and the one before it are both great covers by Todd McFarlane.
Yep.
I don't know if I would ever pay that kind of money for them, but all the power to those that can.
But it was craziness at the time.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Okay, let's move on to number 8.
Yeah.
Batman: The Killing Joke, with again 9/8, with the cover by Brian Boland, 1988. It sold as high as $528 in November of 2021. Chris, last sale $216 in June of 2025.
Wow.
That's a 59.1% loss on your investment.
Yeah, that's a book that just keeps on getting lower and lower. I've seen even at the beginning of the year or late last year, it was up in the early 300s, and now it's down to 216 apparently. So that's tough.
It is tough, and they're just going to get tougher here, pal.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, number 7.
Yeah.
Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars. Sorry for my voice cracking. I probably invested in this one. That's probably why I'm verklempt. 9/8 with Mike Zeck cover from 1984. Of course, the first black costume.
Yeah.
It got as high as $1,260 back in January of 2022. Last sale $475 in June.
Yeah.
A loss of 62.3% on your investment.
That's tough.
That is
okay.
tough.
Yeah.
Boy. All right, let's keep going. No use crying over spilt milk, folks.
That's right.
Okay, number 6.
Yeah.
New Mutants 98, 9.8 with the Rob Liefeld cover from February 91 featuring the first appearance of Deadpool.
Right. A very key issue,
Yep. It got as high as $3,000, Chris, in April of 2021. Wow. Last sale, $1,073.
It's crazy.
In June of 25.
Yeah.
A loss of 64.3% on your investment. Yikes.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
Number 5, XMen number 266, first full gambit. 9/8 by Andy Kubert.
Yeah.
September 1990 issue went as high as $1,700.
Now, that's crazy to me that book was $1,700 at some point.
That's at the very beginning of the madness in December of 2020.
Yeah.
Last sale, Chris, $457.
Oh my gosh.
And back in June of 25, 72.1% of your investment evaporated by you holding on to that.
This is a book that I think should be around the $400 mark.
Probably.
But I don't think it should ever have gone up to $1,700.
Well, Chris, all of these, the common denominator in all 10 of these is they're very common.
Right.
In 9.8 grade.
Yeah.
These are Copper Age books.
Yeah.
And all that craziness of the time, we lost sight of that.
Okay, let's keep going then.
Let's keep going. Number 4, Spawn number 1. Now that's, some people will say, oh, Walt, that's not a copper. I'm counting it. Copper usually goes to 91, but it'll be the last Copper Age book.
Okay.
9/8, Todd McFarlane cover. It went as high as $456 in June of 2021. Last sale, $126. July 21 was the high sale. This June went for $126. That's 72.4% loss on your investment.
Yeah, a problem with this book is, it's a great book, but I've seen people have literally full long boxes of the one same issue.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of full long boxes, number 3 is Amazing Spider-Man number 300, 9.8. We're quoting here Todd McFarlane art from May 1988. The high sale, Chris, $9,200 for this issue back in December of 2021. Last sale, $2,500 in June of this year. That's a 72.9% loss on your investment.
Yeesh. My gosh.
Yeah. I mean, iconic cover.
You know what? What's unfortunate, and it really shouldn't impact the artist, but I see a lot of Todd McFarlane here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So,
well, I think that's a kudo to Todd that he was part of so many key Copper Age books.
Absolutely.
He was like the dominant artist of that Copper Age. You had the Liefelds and you had the Bolins and you had but McFarlane seemed to have been
absolutely
the main guy,
Jim
the main
Lee,
driver.
Jim Lee,
right.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to number 2.
Okay. Ooh.
Sandman number 1.
Yeah.
That's Dave McKeon. That's a nice painted cover from January 89. A 9/8 Chris went for $1,800 in August of 2021. Last sale, $396 in June of this year. That's a 78% loss on your investment.
Yeah, I think now I don't want to get too much into it, but this particular book, there are outside factors, not just the pandemic and other things going on that have affected this book.
Sure.
Neil Gaiman came under fire and was, had some issues, social allegations made about him.
Yeah, social allegations.
So I think this is the only one that I could see maybe without those allegations wouldn't have been as much of a loss.
Right.
But it's, regardless, it's still happening.
All right. Hey, listen, before we get to number 1, let's remind everyone, please head down to the bottom. I don't even know where it is on the screen, but hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. All these things help our video.
Okay.
All right, Chris, let's have a drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
The number 1 worst Copper Age investment in comics. Amazing Spider-Man number 316 by your favorite Todd McFarlane. June 1989 issue. Chris, a 9/8 of this book got $1,925 back in March of 21. Last sale, $400.
Wow.
June of 2025. That's a 79.3, almost 80% of your investment gone by you having wishful thinking, hoping against hope.
Yep.
That when your book was at You bought it for 1925. It dipped to 1500. You go, I'll just wait for it to go back up.
That's right.
And then it dipped to 12. I go, I'll just wait for it to go to 15.
It's gotta get back
I'll
up.
cut
there.
my losses at 15, and then it went to 8. And you go, okay, as long as it's the next over 1,000 sale, I'll try to get it. And then
$400.
Yeah. Now, there are other examples. There are a lot of kind of key Copper Age books. I kind of hit on the more popular ones that people will identify with.
Sure.
And it's just a tough. I think, I get people coming, to try to resell their comics and stuff like that, and they, lament.
Yeah.
And listen, everybody's in the same boat. We've all made. A person in my business, I've kept stuff that I bought at that time and that I've maybe sold over the last year that I was lucky to get half my money out of. It's just a part of the environment. When you're buying and selling things over a long period of time, you're going to hit streaks where, hey, your investments are doing great.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you if this was 2022.
Yeah.
And we took the 2018 prices.
Right.
And we were going, oh, Chris, look how great these investments
Absolutely.
are.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we would have ended that show in 2022 by going, hey, we recommend everybody keep it.
Yeah. By the way, this shows are for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
We are not recommending anything.
Right. Anyway, hey, listen, we hope you enjoyed the show. Just have to remind you that these videos are brought to us by Ice Collectibles. Please visit icecollectibles.com. It is Canada's best place to sell your collectibles.
Have yourself a wonderful day.